Hey guys, this is Teddy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about just listed and just sold prospecting scripts. Now, just sold and just listed prospecting scripts are literally a staple in the real estate world. Usually after you hit your expires, after you do your FSBOs, you have to move on to another form of prospecting simply because you run out of FSBOs and expires. And a good way to kind of continue prospecting is going to be just listed and just sold. Here's some things that you need to know about this form of prospecting. Number one, you have to do them in very, very large quantities. This is because just listed and just sold have very low conversion rates. You have to do a lot of them before you can get a very qualified lead. And in order to really prospect them in large quantities, you're going to absolutely have to have a dialer. Now, a good one that I recommend is Mojo. Mojo is great because you can either have the single or the triple dialer. Another good one is going to be Cole Realty Resource, and Cole Realty Resource is almost like a step up or a premium because you can get cell phone numbers, but it's very expensive. Now, I know a lot of people watching this are going to be brand new real estate agents. You don't actually have to technically have just sold a house or just listed a house. A lot of times you can call another real estate agent in your firm and ask them if they can circle prospect around your listing, and I'm sure any agent in your firm is not going to have an issue with that. It goes like this. The first thing that you need to do is whenever you cold call a just listed or just sold, you need to call that person by their name. This is going to do two things. It's going to make sure that it's the person that you're talking to, and it's going to sound more personal. Instead of cold calling somebody and saying, hello, is this the owner of 123 Main Street? Always call them by their name. In this case, my prospect is going to be Jeff, and when Jeff answers the phone and says hello, I'm just going to say, hey Jeff, or Jeff, and Jeff is going to respond with something like, yes, or yes, this is Jeff, who is this? So when you want to hit them with your intro, just say, hello, hey Jeff, this is Teddy Smith. I'm with Coldwell Banker here in Wilmington. I am a real estate agent. This is when you want to segue into your reason for calling. I'm calling because I've just recently sold a duplex in the Silva Terra subdivision. I was going to see if maybe you had any interest in selling yourself. Notice two things that I did when I said my reason for calling. Number one, I stayed away from, I just listed 123 Main Street. I wanted to know if you wanted it to also list. This is because a lot of times people don't know the exact roads and you throw them off if you immediately say an address. Just say a subdivision, or I just sold a duplex near where you live. Use some way to identify that you are somebody who is prospecting near them without saying the address. There's a lot of informal language. I do this simply because it's you don't want to sound robotic and you want to sound kind of personal, like you're just somebody who lives in the area, which I'm sure that you are. And you want to sound as less like a telemarketer as you possibly can. This is when you're going to come what I call the fork in the road. Either this person is going to say yes or they're going to say no. And if they say no, quickly get off the phone. The point of circle prospecting and just prospecting just listed and just sold is you want to do them in high numbers. And if you get caught on the phone with somebody that's not willing to sell, you're wasting precious time. If they say yes, this is when you want to kind of go into just ask them some very important questions about the property. And the first one is going to be, what is your time frame for selling? Never put somebody in your database that is really far out. You can add I call it a soft nurture database. So if somebody is more than a year out, put them in your soft nurture database. If they're the main thing that you want to shoot for is under 6 months. When you ask this question, you're going to get the time frame, and vast majority of the time you're going to get the reason that they're selling. Maybe they're wanting to move up into another house. Maybe they're wanting to sell their old house. This question that everybody wants to know, and the prospect may actually ask you this, is what do you think that this property is worth? Or have you ever had anybody do a market analysis on this house? Now, of course, they're going to say no, but you want to let this person know that you are invaluable for figuring out how much that their house is worth. Say something along the lines of, no, but we've looked at Zillow and it came out to around $200,000. Kind of want to wind down into your closing. Really difficult to tell exactly what this home is going to be worth without me coming out there to take a look at it. Here, I'll tell you what, I will put you in my database and I will follow up with you as you get closer to your time frame. When is a good time to follow up with you? And they will say something along the lines of 3 months, because you want to be on their terms, and it really says a lot when you follow up with somebody when you said that you were going to. Going to your next question, what is your best way, or what is your best follow-up method? Do you want me to just give you a call, or do you want me to email you? Most of the time they will say email. This is good because you want to be able to email them. The more methods of contact that you can get with somebody, the better. So this is pretty much a recap on what we just talked about. Always make sure that the prospect knows that you are an invaluable way of being able to value their house and get an estimate. So when they are actually considering selling and they want to figure out a number, you will be the first person to call. Number 2, get as many contact points as possible. Get their email. Make sure to send them a letter. Also make sure to follow up with them via their own terms. Put them in your database for further follow-up and set a notification on the exact day that they want it to be called. And that is a very powerful way to show you are a person that is of your word. Let's do a script for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.